So this is GIMP, or GNU Image Manipulation Program, as you can see up here in the top left. So like I said before, this is the software that I tend to use to sort of fine tune the textures that I find online to get them ready for import into Cabinet Vision. And as you saw just a moment ago, I have the image from Salt saved to my clipboard. And again, there's a lot of stuff in here. I know how to use very little of it, so if you're here to learn about GIMP, you're watching the wrong video. But if you go File, Create from Clipboard, it's just going to bring the image right in. And what I can tell just at a glance is that this is a pretty uniform image in terms of lighting. I'm not seeing a whole lot in the way of like dark spots or light spots. Like a lot of times you'll see maybe just one of these sections in the corner or some sort of off-centered spot will be brighter than the rest of the image. And at that point, you really got to get in and start working with like the white balance and turning the shadows up or down to try to create a uniform image. And that would be done through the tools up here. But again, for this particular video, we're not going to need it. And if you happen to find an image that does need some adjustments in terms of reducing hot spots or bright spots or anything on it, you can certainly ask in Discord and I will try my best to help, but you're probably better off looking for some sort of tutorial on YouTube or something for GIMP. There are some good ones out there, and I've learned a lot. I just don't retain it because I don't use it often enough. But um, either way, it's a great free piece of software, very powerful. You can do a lot with it. Um, but in this case, I'm really only using it to just examine the image and make sure that nothing looks particularly light or dark. And I don't know, as I'm looking at this a little more closely, I'm maybe seeing a little bit of something darker and a little bit lighter down here. But when we tile it, we'll know for sure it will show up immediately. So um, there's a couple of ways that you can go about tiling this. And different people have different opinions. So it's really going to amount to what you are most comfortable with. And one way that this can be done is literally just manually. You can copy the image and paste it and then mirror it, and then you can copy that new image, which is double wide, and then you can paste it and flip it vertically so that you have a 4x4 square image now that should tile together really well, to be honest. The only thing I don't personally like about that is it creates a really big image file. And I've had instances in the past where some of our sales team will tell me they're getting error messages. It's saying that there's not enough memory to load the image. And um, in the more current versions of Cabinet Vision that have been brought up to 64-bit, that might not be such a big issue. But if you're working with any of the older versions, I'm on version 12, which is not 64-bit, having an image that big can potentially cause a problem. So I have a different method that I use. Um, there's a website that was shared with me, and I will include the website in the video description. But basically what this website does is it will take an image and just very subtly modify it around the edges of the image in such a way that usually it tiles together really well. And that's what we're going to do next. We'll take this image to that website, which I'm going to be honest, it does kind of look a little sketchy, but I've used it for years without any issue. So either my identity has long been stolen and like all my stuff is infected and I just don't know it, which is probably unlikely, or it's actually a pretty safe website to use. So that's what we'll do next. We'll take this image that we've got here, we will process it through this image tiling website, and then we'll check it out and see if there's anything we need to do to change it.